And I see Bruno's here. Hey, Bruno, I know you've always had an opinion on back testing. We had talked about that earlier.
Hi, Tom. No, I missed the beginning, so I can't comment on what was said because I just popped in a few minutes ago. Yeah, backtesting is good to build self-confidence, but that's it. I mean, it has, again, no statistical value whatsoever. And if I, you know, they, the stats that are being used are actually probably the incorrect ones. But, I'm not going to fight a battle against long-time prejudice. If there are any statisticians in this group, I mean, I would be happy to discuss Bayesian statistics versus what we call frequentist statistics. Bayesian statistics to evaluate a model is probably more significant, but then I don't want. I'm often pictured as the egghead with a lot of theoretical ideas, so I will limit my comments with whoever wants to have a good debate on that. Yeah. Yeah. So this is my baby Rhino. I heard Mike talking about weekly trade, and this one is not doing too badly. Actually, since I resumed trading it in March, I've had a good success rate. 3, 4 negative weeks, and 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I would say over the long run, it should be profitable about 70% of the time. Yeah. Yeah. And because I'm so busy, actually, I probably have slowed down. I mean, I only look at it twice a day, really. And so being very occupied is also a good measure because you don't tend to, you don't fall into that trap of adjusting on a weekly trade. So that's not bad. And I have, I mean, the market is a bit boring at the moment, but this is my Rhino. So this is my August Rhino. I decided not to fight. I mean, the market was just grinding up. We got very good entry prices in early June when the market dipped to the 2750 area. So I just did as little as possible just to make sure I would make a bit of money. I mean, it should make about 2%, which is okay. I have also a buy the book Rhino for beginners, and this one, there's maybe a weakness in the traditional or conventional Rhino, and I have added RTT mutation to it. But when the market, I mean, that was actually after a few losses in 2017 when the market was just going through the roof. So now this trade is very, very conservative, as little management as possible, and I just lift the upper expression line. So I don't want to overtrade. I mean, it's meant to be a trade that you monitor only once in a while. So this one won't make a lot of money, but June and July were pretty good. I think July I made about 4%, and I entered September not so long ago, and this one is doing okay. I'm not in full size because I look at the capital usage very closely, and there's very little capital left because now, of course, in low vol environments, a lot of capital is being blocked into August. So I will have to start shifting, reallocating capital to September soon. And for the buy the book one, where it is more like a class trade, this one I allowed to go full size. So this one is doing okay. So pretty easy going at the moment, yeah. And I'm actually running my own little software at the same time. I spend a lot of time making sure that the data requests are tight, that because we've got that that limits with IB that we can't call for more than 100 symbols at a time, including the ones that are on the TWS. So on my TWS, I have only about 15 in my watch list. So unless you buy one of those booster packs, you're limited to 100. So that's about 780 for now one that is using 50. So, and I can still run my own software on the side. So I think I've done a good job at this. So what I've done recently, I just wanted to show the IV environment here. You can see here that HV and IV are going down. There's a very dull premium of I mean, this is not exactly a good time to enter a new position. So I hope the market will stall. I mean, there's a resistance level around 30.20 and then 30.45. Otherwise, it will shoot to probably 3,100 pretty soon. So we'll see what earnings will do to the market. Yeah. So this is one chart. I think I showed last time that you can align, you shift the IV and HV so that you can have a better idea. And you can see that here, the volatility has become really not interesting. It was interesting when early June, when the August trades were entered. But now, even for my September trades, I think if volatility comes back with a vengeance, our T+0 for most barking with butterfly strategies will sink very rapidly. I mean, fortunately, the market is stalling in this area and not retracing strongly. But if we had some bad news, I would say that September trades could actually suffer. But so far, so good.
Bruno, is that IB? Was that chart IB? Is that chart yours?
Oh no, that chart is mine. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Can't wait for that beta. Can't wait.
Yeah. I've added a few things recently, so I'm still in alpha, but beta is coming. Yeah.
All right.
I've actually implemented better charting, so now you can zoom and scroll and do what you want.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The order management is already coded. Half of the data download is done, so soon we'll be able to actually not go into full back test, but at least review what your trade was like 2, 3, 5 days or a week or a month ago. That will be soon available. I still have to check my margin calculations, but it should be about okay. So yeah, I mean it's almost ready for beta. Yeah.
And how's the full version coming along?
Oh yeah, well it's a bit slow, but I know I'm a workaholic, so nothing is fast enough for me. So, but he's got a family and I don't. So I understand that some people have a life besides coding or trading. So that doesn't apply to me.
That's good.
This area at the bottom of the chart, it will be for the Greeks, like in OV or one. I mean, it's and I have coded, but it's not fully implemented. But you will have. I will only display 2 Greeks, but you'll choose which ones you want to see. And in particular, something that I've talked about a few times already is that Vomer would have saved the day in February last year, when it was a big flag, the big alert that in low IV, Vega could actually backfire and make your T+0 go widely delta positive. So that will be quite interesting to have, especially if we now go into a low IV environment for a while. I hope not. Yeah. So I mean, it's all about details. Like I implemented the snap too, so that's all those little things. What's in OV is called Graham dot or something. I don't know why, but so all those things I could have left for beta, but I'm still coding them. So I just have to do my little Greeks chart here, and then I will release beta soon. Yeah.